Hi, I'm Skip Nipper. Welcome to Skip's Corner, the podcast where I tell you about not only Nashville's great baseball history and traditions,
shot to right, a one-hop liner,
but certainly about its past. And you will hear a little bit about its present and future, too.
Yes, he can. It makes the waist-high catch.
There are great stories about Tom Wilson Park, Herschel Greer Stadium, Sulphur Dell, and the players, coaches, and fans who love everything about baseball. And every once in a while, you will get to hear from a special guest who will share their fondness and even passion for the great game.
The high fly ball down the right field corner, going way back, hits a lead-off home run.
Every once in a while, I am invited to speak to a civic group or in a school classroom about Sulphur Dell and Nashville's great baseball history. I love doing it. I'm always willing if the time works out right. So if you want to send me an invitation, you have some kind of a group, or you learn about a school that's interested in learning more about Nashville baseball history, certainly let me know. And if the opportunity is there, I'll lead off with an image of Clinton Butch McCord. You've heard me talk about him several times. He's a man who impacted my life as I learned more about Negro Leagues baseball and the impact it has had on a person's life. Sitting at his dining room table and hearing about his experiences as a black man and how he was treated in the early days of integrated baseball, I asked him a question he seemed a little surprised I would ask. When I said, "Why are you not angry?" And Butch stopped for a moment and responded with an answer I was not sure I was ready for. "I was," he said, "but then I decided I would try to turn my experiences into something that would be a positive." Well, I said, "How do you do that?" And he was very open and honest with me. It was just amazing to listen to him talk. Because he said, "I want little black children, especially little black children, to know what Jackie Robinson did for them and for us years before Martin Luther King Jr." And hearing Butch's story added a new perspective, a new depth to my understanding. Here's a man who experienced the inconsistencies of a great America. He knew what it was like to not be able to go to the same bathroom as white teammates, to not be able to eat inside the restaurant with them. Why, he couldn't even drink out of the same water fountain. Well, a little bit more about Butch. He was born November the 2nd, 1925, and played in the Negro Leagues from 1947 to 1950 before spending over a decade in minor league ball. In the Negro Leagues, he was a member of the Nashville Cubs, the Nashville Black Balls, the Baltimore Elite Giants, and the Chicago American Giants. And then he joined what we know as organized baseball in 1951. And he had some great seasons, hitting .363 and .392 his first 2 years for the Paris, Illinois Lakers in the Mississippi-Ohio Valley League both years. And after a down year in 1953, he came back to hit .358 in 1954, leading the Western League. And overall, he hit .306 with 1,435 hits, 279 doubles, 64 triples, and 89 home runs in 1,312 games. And there's more about history. You can listen to another podcast where I give more detail about Butch. And you can look up Clinton Butch McCord, because he was a great ball player. I sat in his living room a couple of more times where I listened to his stories. And when he started, well, he did not want you to leave. And when he died on January the 27th, 2011, I hoped I would be able to help him tell his story, especially his emphasis on Jackie Robinson and how Robinson integrated baseball with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. Since then, it has been a joy to include Butch in my talks, and when another opportunity came up recently to speak to kids, it came up with my friends at the Nashville Stars office. They made the contact. Well, I immediately said yes. Two of the fourth grade teachers, Miss Plemon and Mr. Field at King's Academy, had taught their students about Mamie Peanut Johnson, one of only 3 women to play in the Negro Leagues, and the kids wanted to learn more about baseball in the Negro Leagues. Needless to say, I had a ball with these youngsters at King's Academy. The teachers and staff were welcoming and courteous. The students were well prepared with their journals so that they could ask questions. Their attention and their posture was great too. And after my presentation about Nashville baseball, Sulphur Dell, and Negro Leagues baseball, there were many questions. And I believe everyone had a chance to ask about things that were pertinent to what I talked about. And the time went way too fast. But once again, the kids were courteous. And when I handed out some baseball cards I had, nothing of great value, just some old ones I had laying around, well, they were overjoyed. And what do you think they wanted to do with them? They wanted to have me autograph them. And I had never been asked to autograph anything before besides some of my books. And one fellow brought his ball glove and asked if I would sign it too. Now, I won't go more into my presentation because I want to read to you some of the letters I received a week or so later. I was overjoyed to read them. There was a real impact on the children. And here's a couple of them. Dear Mr. Nipper, thank you for giving up your valuable time to come and educate us with the most unbelievable details here at King's Academy. Also, I found it very interesting how you knew many of the players that you showed in the presentation. We appreciate you coming because we thought that you would refuse to come, let alone bring gifts and many primary sources. To be honest, the class was in complete awe when we were educated by the Mr. Nipper. That's pretty special. And all of us loved the baseball cards and the signatures, and we all thought it was just so cool to have a Nashville Stars baseball bat, which Delaney and Dr. Chris Bacon came from the Stars office and gave them a bat. Now, this one is from Abby, and it says, Dear Mr. Nipper, thank you for taking your time to teach us about Negro League ball players. You were an amazing speaker. Well, I'm glad you think so. Thank you. This presentation was so valuable to me. I was so amazed when I learned that you knew famous ball players. Thank you for giving us baseball cards, a bat, and the autographs. And when I say that you actually came, I was super exuberant. Thank you so much for coming. I love the speech patterns in these kids. Here's one. You are so amazing. Golly Moses, isn't that great? Thank you for giving up your time to teach us about Negro League baseball. The cards you gifted us made everyone happy. I do not have very many signed items, so when you signed my cards and glove, I was really happy. I think I speak for the whole fourth grade class when I say your words were inspiring. Please write back. Isn't that special? And he's got P.S. Go Stars. That's sincerely Banner. And he's actually have a ball and bat picture that he's made with Nashville Stars written inside. This one's from Shepherd, and it says, Dear Mr. Nipper, today was amazing and epic because of you. Thank you for giving up your time for us. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the cards, bats, and most of all for coming. I learned so much from you. You are valuable, loving, and devoted. I am so enthusiastic that you came to meet us. You have so many interesting things, especially the signed baseball card. I appreciate you exuberantly. That's special too. I've never been exuberantly loved before. Not like that from someone that I don't really know, but I'm glad to have the letter. Dear Mr. Nipper, wow. Thank you for coming to King's Academy. Thank you for willing to autograph our baseball cards. I appreciate that you spent time with our fourth grade classes. I was about to explode when I heard all that you said. I especially thought that you were very valuable, and your souvenirs were. I also appreciate that you gave us the Nashville Stars baseball bat. Well, I didn't. Dr. Bacon and Delaney did from the Stars office, but I'm glad they gave it to you too. And I also am so happy that you talked to us about the Negro League. Sincerely, Jack. And he's got a picture of a baseball there too. And the last one is, Dear Mr. Nipper, I thank you. I appreciate the time you spent with us. Those baseball cards are so meaningful. I value the knowledge you have given me. You have deepened my love for baseball. I appreciate what you're trying to do. You are a wonderful person, and I look forward to the baseball team. Sincerely, Cooper. Aren't those great? I will treasure them. I have them in a binder with my podcast scripts to enjoy over and over. They were so grateful, and I am grateful too. Right back at you guys. And the impact I may have had was not really what was important. It was the impact that Mamie Peanut Johnson and Clinton Butch McCord and Jackie Robinson and so many unnamed Negro Leagues players had on them. And I believe Butch would be overjoyed too. And thanks for listening. And thanks to King's Academy